me feeling like I'm academics. Can't
Okay, all right, we are good. The chat will load in a second. All right, so we'll hop into the. Matter of fact, should I tweet? Maybe I'll tweet it. Let me send a tweet that we're live. Because I seen, when days like this come, most of the time, half of the people in here are haters. So we'll invite the haters in for this stream. I'm live. YouTube.com/ wait, what's the stream link? I don't know. I'll be tweeting out the YouTube link now. And I got some clarity to give to some of y'all. So some of y'all people who are, haters, y'all should tune in. I'll clarify a few things for y'all, okay? Okay. Sorry. I'm just loading up the chat. Sent out the tweet. Got the stream up. Go into the chat, and here I got the chat open. All right, so yeah, my bad to the people on YouTube. Okay, all right, a few things, and we should get into it really quickly. All right. By the way, I'll give you a heads up. We're probably doing a 6-hour stream tonight, so plan your sleep schedule accordingly. I know I already gave like about 40 minutes of music, but we'll still at least do 5 plus 5.5 hours of content, okay? So don't you worry. All right. First and foremost, the big news that came down today, and I seen a lot of people that were asking, yo, Axe, I thought you were the best journalist in the world. Why didn't you know this? Nobody knew this, to be honest. This is a pretty well-guarded secret by PG Lang and, of course, the NFL committee, who announced today that the headliner for Super Bowl in 2025, which is happening in February, will be none other than Kendrick Lamar. Okay, Kendrick actually announced it first himself on his Twitter page, and Kendrick is somebody who don't tweet that much. I think his last couple tweets are pretty he's tweeted out Euphoria, then Meet the Grams, and then Not Like Us. And then today, he tweeted out Super Bowl. What number is this? LIX. Isn't L like 50? Or is it? I don't know what the fuck. Yo, my Roman numerals reading isn't that good right now. Anyway, the Super Bowl in New Orleans that's happening in 2025, Kendrick Lamar is the headliner. It came with an associated video, and I'll play the video here. Oh, that's 59? Thank you, guys. Okay, yeah, because you're right. Okay, let me play the video, and then we'll get into a few things we should discuss. All right? So this is the video that was associated with his announcement.
There you go. Give me one more. Come on. 2 more. Just like that. You ready? Exactly. What the deal, everybody? My name's Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Super Bowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it. Boom! I won't want you to miss it. Meet me in New Orleans, February 9th, 2025. Wear your best dress too, even if you're watching from home. Let's go. Yay! That's what I'm talking about, man. Now we can get to it for real. Come on, you gotta make sure you catch him with the hands open like that. We running real routes, you gonna be messing up.
The Super Bowl 59 halftime show, it appears that it will be sponsored or at least brought to you by in lieu with Apple Music, as you can see the Apple Music logo here. We'll get into Super Bowls and how, the entertainment gets decided shortly. But instantly, there were discussions to be had. People noticed a few things. For example, once Kendrick started to speak, he said something that caught people's ear.
9. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it.
You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. And that is something that adds on to the fuel of Kendrick in some people's minds, putting that proverbial foot on Drake's neck, right? Drake obviously recently has said, yo, round two, right? And this number one shows, and let me, and by the way, welcome to the haters and the people who are the misquoters. I know you're going to take anything I say positive about Kendrick to act like I'm, like, now I hate Drake. But there is some nuance and also some fairness in this. Number one, I'm very happy that hip-hop once again is going to be dominating the halftime show. As a culture, this is a win for all of us. Obviously, we have our favorite rapper or whatever. We get that there's a rap battle that went on. But I am very ecstatic that it seems that hip-hop, and even, I know Usher would be considered R&B, but still hip-hop. You get what I'm saying? Hip-hop, R&B. Black culture is always, or has been for the last couple years, been at the center and forefront of the biggest moment on the biggest stage. And historically, it's just been shown that these are the best performances, okay? Obviously, they could go pop. Obviously, they could go country. But I do think we got to give ourselves a pat on the back as a whole in terms of being hip-hop fans and just as a culture that, I believe the last few halftime shows, I know Usher, then who was before? Let me see. List of Super Bowl halftime show performances. I just want to get like a list. Yeah, I think they've kind of kept it pretty hip-hop recently, right? So we got Kendrick that's going to be at 59, which is next year. We had Usher. We had Rihanna, yeah. Then we had the Dr. Dre, right? Dr. Dre had the whole thing, right? The Weeknd, even though the Weeknd is pop, we're going to claim that. And then Shakira and J-Lo, we're going to say the last, we have a 4-year run. Shakira and J-Lo, we'll give that to them, okay? Yeah, and Maroon 5 and Justin Timberlake, yeah. And we probably got to thank Justin Timberlake for this. Was it 18 or 17? When did Justin Timberlake do the shit with the when he ripped off the shit off Janet Jackson titty? Y'all remember that shit? Janet Jackson. When was that? And that nigga Justin left her out to dry. Anyway. Oh, that was 2018. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I think we got to thank Justin Timberlake. I think he's one of the reasons why I think, well, not only him, we got to give it to Jay-Z as well. And we do have criticisms of Jay-Z, but we do at least got to give Jay some credit because since he's taken over and he took over in 2001, no, not 2001, sorry for that, 2021, in dictating what is going to be the halftime show, right? Him and his team, based on the deal that they signed with the NFL, they were going to be pretty much the masters of ceremony and determine in what's the entertainment for the biggest game or the biggest game in the U.S., or the biggest sporting event for the U.S. for the whole year. That halftime performance, he's only picked hip-hop shit. The Weeknd, Dr. Dre and him, Rihanna, Usher, Kendrick. Cool. So I think it's only fitting that we start out by saying, as a culture, even though we might be divided on what rapper you like, or even if you think someone might have gotten snubbed, we do have to remember that they could have picked Post Malone, right? Or they could have picked Ed Sheeran, or they could have picked Taylor Swift, right? And by the way, I do think if Taylor Swift wanted to do it, I think they'll be like, fuck all this hip hop shit. But still, we gotta be happy as a culture, right? puts hip hop on a grand stage, and I think there's always a trickle down effect because historically, the person who is the headliner brings out a lot of other people, and people fuck with them. For example, Usher brought out Alicia Keys, Jermaine Dupri, her, Will I Am, Lil Jon, Ludacris. Right? We've seen. I think the best one I've seen recently was really 2022 when Dr. Dre, Snoop, Eminem, Mary J, and K. Dot, and 50 was there too. That was like a really heavy hitter one. Anyway, wasn't that fond of the Rihanna one, and I watched. No, I didn't watch that one in person. I wasn't that fond of the Rihanna one though. I wasn't, but I think she was like pregnant, right? It's all good. Anyway, all right. So that happens. So I think as a culture, I think we are getting an overall W. Now, let's get to some of the nuance and some of the nitty-gritty details that I see people arguing about on social media. Okay? And I do feel like it's incumbent on me, maybe not to say too much, but to try to clear up certain things. First and foremost, and let's address this right here, right? So let's address part of what Kendrick said.
Exactly. What the deal, everybody? My name Kendrick Lamar, and I'll be performing at Superbowl 59. Will you be pulling up? I hope so. You know it's only one opportunity to win a championship. No round twos. Let's get it.
Okay, so let's pause here. Now, if we could go back to, where did we find the Drake round 2 post? Let me see if I can find a round 2 post that he did. He posted the Rasheed Wallace, right? Drake, Rasheed Wallace, game 2 thing. And essentially, do I have it up here? Is it this? I think this is it, right? Okay. Yeah, so Drake was posting shit like this. Also, I think there was
I'll put it in the front page, back page, middle of the page, wherever. Headliners, column 1 or 2, we will win game 2. Backing off. We will win game 2.
Okay. Now, I think it was very important to note. And, you know, I'm going to try to be as fair as I could be today. I know some of y'all think I'm super upset, or some of y'all think that I'm just here to just push a Drake-only agenda. But I am here to clarify certain things. And it is still congratulations to Kendrick. The obsession with Drake, and by the way, maybe I've misled some of the masses who probably whatever. There is, when Drake says round 2, none of that has to do with him about to be beefing with Kendrick. I don't know. I think that's been the thing where niggas like, oh, he wants to go again. That is not the thing. Now, I'm not here to expound not only my thoughts, but some of what I believe I know as facts about this round 2 thing. But Drake has no desire to be like, let's go bar for bar again. Let's go song for song. Now, I see that's the thing that many have adopted. And perhaps is, you know, hey, that's his fault, obviously, Drake, in terms of, you know how people are going to take it. But round 2 got nothing to do with, I'm trying to battle with Kendrick Lamar again. I think that's very obvious. I think even Drake fans kind of probably could tell. If you look at all the messages and signaling, and again, we ultimately got to blame Drake because he hasn't said anything. Even though we're having think pieces about whatever we're seeing on Finsta and on the 100 gigs and some subliminal bars, but Drake hasn't, just like Kendrick, hasn't spoken directly. But to clarify, round 2 got nothing to, or game 2, whatever you want to call it, game 2 got nothing to do with, oh, okay, all right, well, we lost game 1, let's go again. That got nothing to do with it. Now, what is game 2? I think if I clarify that, your imagination should either be open to try to have some other interpretation, or you could probably come to like the most likely next conclusion. So I'll stop there because it's not my job to define or try to do explain cryptic points or cryptic messages sent out by Drake or even Kendrick. But I do want to ease some of y'all because I've seen people been going wild with it. Yo, why does Drake think he's about to go get a round 2? Like, or game 2 or whatever the fuck it is. No, none of that. And I see people saying cap. Bro, I am telling you this because this is true. Drake has zero desire to go and get in a second bar for bar rap battle with Kendrick. And it's not because he's like, because now you're going to create narratives. Oh, you scared? You see, you can't win with. That's the thing about the internet. And honestly, now this is my opinion. I particularly believe that Drake would rap all day with Kendrick. But I don't think he has any more interest in doing what we saw, which, by the way, was an amazing time, right? Song for song. Because the judges and palette where the music is being received at, he's not getting the same fair shake. It's not like an even playing field where the people are judging it like independent of biases. So why would he do it again? You get what I'm saying? That would just be stupid. Now, what he's considering game 2, you got to ask him. But I think if you're a fan, you could probably reasonably understand or probably come up with what conceptually a game 2 would be. But if you're thinking that Drake is eagerly sitting at home creating bars, trying to either bait, engage, or hope that Kendrick would entertain him in another battle, that couldn't be further from the truth. You get what I'm saying? Now, yo, everybody's in the chat just like, yo, nah, this is cat. Yo, it's crazy. I shouldn't even said that then. All right, never mind. Yo, it's like, if y'all not gonna believe me, like, why even say, yo, they are killing me in the chat. What? Wait, do y'all really think that Drake was trying to like rap battle again? No. Whoa. No. Yes, I did. Of course, there's conceptually what a game 2 is not what you think the game 2 is. Y'all keep thinking, oh, when Drake says game 2, he's trying to battle again. I'm telling you that conceptually game 2 is not him wanting to battle again. That takes on a different meaning. If y'all niggas just think that y'all are stuck in this like proverbial battle, that's on y'all. You get what I'm saying? Chat, y'all lying. At no point did I say that they're going to be another round of back and forth. Now, granted, does this mean that Drake will never speak about Kendrick or not sneak diss him or maybe not have a song aimed at him? Again, I'm not speaking for him, but no. But game 2, round 2 does not mean that he wants to get back in a rap battle, especially judged by the masses, when this shit is just not a fair fight. If you ask me, and this is just me particularly, this is my interpretation. Now, I can't speak for Drake. But everything I've known, and even when I have spoken to him, even though, granted, we spoke about the battle back then, haven't spoken about it really since, game 2 or anything afterwards always signaled to me the after effects of what happens after a battle. Okay, cool. Y'all might think this guy got the best of me in a song for song, or he dropped a bigger song than mine. Cool. Let's see who runs the rest of the year. Let's see who puts out the better music. That's what game 2 has always meant for me. Y'all keep thinking, nigga, this is not URL. Niggas ain't just sitting up rap battling all day. Now, granted, here's the thing. I do believe, just like how we see, and if we juxtapose this to Jay-Z and Nas, Game 2 was after the battle. That's just what it was. The career and moves and the albums that subsequently were dropped by Jay-Z prove that battle, while it was an amazing and important and noteworthy historical fixture, it was pretty much still not that relevant compared to where both people's career landed. If you get what I'm saying. Yo, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. Yo, I don't even know why I talk about this. Yo, y'all niggas hate Drake, bro. I'm gonna be honest. Yo, it's not even me, bro. Y'all niggas hate Drake. I swear. Bro, y'all niggas hate Drake, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Bro, I'm not spinning. Yo, I'm trying to reason with y'all, but y'all are all thinking, okay, if the people who are saying cap, y'all are the same people who said Drake lost, right? If I just lost, why would I want to go fight the same nigga again? Like, just use your own brain. Just use your own brain. So, if I'm saying game 2, do you really think that nigga wanted a rematch? Or maybe that nigga was just like, all right, I know that nigga's not going to keep giving y'all music for the clubs, music all the time like I've always done. All right, let me get back to what I'm good at. I'm good at keeping a club banger, keeping the R&B, keeping the females, whatever. That's my thing. That's what I've always been good at. That's my hit song for hit song. That's what I'm good at. I don't know why y'all think that, like, and I guess maybe, well, not I guess maybe. Y'all niggas really think Drake is just like sitting there obsessed like, yo, I gotta rap battle this nigga again, man. Really? I see y'all saying cap, but I'm really asking y'all, did y'all really think that Drake is sitting here saying, I want to rap battle again? When the entire time, when he drops a song, it's skewed. It's always skewed in how people judge it. You already seen Drake like kind of complain, right? Basically saying, yo, this nigga's lying. I don't have a kid. He's lying. He's just saying random shit. He just called me a pedophile. And like, niggas like, yo, this shit is hot. We don't give a fuck if it's true. But if Drake says something, they're like, yo, you can't really call him a woman beater. Like, I don't know about that one. So he's already looking at like, well, for whatever reason, whether it's like his cultural cachet or whatever, like people like the masses fuck with Kendrick. He's also the underdog. He's the guy, quote unquote, for the culture. Yeah, like this isn't, you're not battling someone where it's a fair judgment from the masses. It's kind of not in their favor. So why would you want to do it again? Unless y'all just trying to convince me that Drake is fucking stupid. Now, granted, a lot of this blame, I do believe, goes to Drake. Because his messaging made it seem like it, right? Like, game 2, we will win game 2. So now you have, and you know, I was talking to someone, I won't mention their name, but one of the most important people in this music business. And we were just talking about the industry overall. And they said something that was really important, and I agree. They said the entire music industry, okay, let me reframe it. They said rap was severely helped by the battle between Kendrick and Drake. But since that battle ended, it's the biggest thing that's hurt rap. Because nobody else could get past this moment to focus on any other artist endeavor or to move on beyond this moment. It's like the moment happened and nobody wants to move on. So while it was happening, yes, rap numbers, you know, just those two guys were basically, they made rap like so, like the biggest and most consumed genre just off of the shit they were doing. Like, we only were paying attention to it. But afterwards, it's like, I don't want to take credit for something that person said, but he said, it's like hip hop is suffering from post-battle stress where, like, everything that happens, we're trying to relate it back to that moment and that battle, and we're unwilling to let any artist move on. Like, for example, like Big Sean's name came up. And they said, a lot of niggas didn't pay attention to Big Sean album, but I guarantee if he had heated that shit up and just took some pot shots or at least challenged the nigga and acted like he wanted to battle anybody, could have been Drake, could have been Kendrick, the focus of the fans would have went to him. But because he didn't do that, niggas just ignored it. Also, everything Drake drops, people are looking at it to say, nigga, you still dissing? Also, people are wondering if anything that Kendrick does, whether intended or not, they're going to give the credit as he's taking a sneak diss. So again, I kind of agree with that, but game 2 got nothing to do with trying to battle a nigga again, bro. Come on, bro. Like, bro, y'all got to at least use your brain a little bit, bro. Bro, just think like you're Drake. Why would you want to battle a nigga again? Why? What do you think would change? So if and I know what you're saying in your mind right now. So if you're saying that, why the fuck would Drake want to do it? Unless you think he's fucking stupid. Now, granted, I will say this. I'll say this. Man. Kendrick and his team. And by the way, a Super Bowl performance or Super Bowl headlining performance slot doesn't come because a couple niggas finesse some streams or, you know, paid a couple blogs. This is big dog shit. And what it's told, or not what's told, but what's understood by me definitely is that Kendrick got a hell of a team, or has built a hell of a team around him. And he's moving very strategic. I've gotten some of the biggest music managers in the world that hit me today. And even one that even said, yo, Ak, I ain't gonna lie, that nigga's team is working. They even said to me, bro, they're inspiring me to step my shit up. They're doing big plays for this nigga that is kind of just like out of this world. Like, I think arguably, you know, obviously it doesn't seem like, and I think, you know, if we're going to think about music-wise, and we'll probably get to that a little bit later. Music-wise, it would make sense if he drops his album around that time, right? Maybe drop a single before or some type of announcement, perform maybe 1 or 2 new songs at the Super Bowl, then drop after the Super Bowl maybe a week later. But yeah, the way how Kendrick's moving in terms of his team, I do think it's top tier. As I said, I've spoken to some of the biggest music managers of artists that we all love, and they were saying, fuck, this nigga's doing it. Now, again, even though this shouldn't be a thing that we just instantly start thinking about, oh, Drake or whatever, again, we're in the post-battle syndrome where everything Kendrick does makes Drake look away, and anything Drake does makes Kendrick look away. So they're kind of like binded to each other for the foreseeable future. Well, when the conversation, and I had it with a couple of other people, again, I'm talking to like industry, you know, like really important people in the industry, a couple of executives, a couple label owners, black label owners too. And what they said to me, they said, what Kendrick has been winning against Drake with in the last 4 to 5 months is that the way how Drake moves is pretty minimalistic, and he just heavily relies on how much he's consumed because he is the biggest artist. Right? So he's not the guy that's doing all these plays. Kendrick, everything he's done has been a well-orchestrated play that him and a carefully selected team, including agencies, and when I mean agencies, like, obviously, when you're thinking about this, I don't know who he's rep by, whether it's WME, CAA, or UTA, or whatever, like, all these things factor into it. But all these things are aligning for Kendrick, and they're like, it's very clear that when you look at Drake, you don't see a team. When you look at everything Kendrick's doing, even though he's the face of it, this is all the byproduct. Of course, he put out music that worked, but it's the byproduct of a team that's fucking hitting. That's a team that's making sure shit's happening. You get what I'm saying? And I do got to say, that's kind of accurate. It's kind of accurate, okay? Now, I get it, and I get it. I get it. I think, it's fair if you guys say accurate capping, or you're trying to cope, or you're trying to spin this game 2 thing, right? To be honest, it don't even make sense how you even saying it. Y'all be like, yo, you're lying. I was wondering why Drake was trolling like this. I was like, yo, why is he trolling like he's trying to rap back with this nigga, man? But, again, it has a meaning, right? Anyway, whatever. So if you want to believe that, okay, he's trying to rap battle again, cool. It's fine. You can just say Ak is doing whatever, and you can say that's fine. Regardless, it's clearly not going to happen, right? Like, I think, Kendrick officially shuts it down, right? Like, it's just not going to happen, even though I'm telling you Drake didn't want to do it anyway. But cool. It's not going to happen, and that moment was that moment, and, we now have to analyze everything else. So, going forward, or let's actually go back a step. Kendrick Lamar getting the nod as the Super Bowl halftime performer, the headliner. Is this the right move? Now, we got to think about it on 2 senses. Well, actually, three levels. From a culture perspective, is it the right move? From a business perspective, is it the right move? And also, regionally, is it the right move? Because if you don't know, the Super Bowl is kind of like the Olympics. Like, it usually goes to different cities every year. And with that, they usually try to make an impact, not only with the, what surrounds the game, but also even with the halftime show. And I think this is where Jay-Z enters the pot. Because today, we had a lot of people who issued, kind of showed their dismay that they were disappointed. That, and from what I've been told, it was being heavily talked about that Wayne was going to probably get the nod. Okay? That was the thing. However, and I don't know the timeline of this, to be honest, clearly Kendrick did. One of the main people who spoke about this was, and by the way, I actually spoke directly with him today. Let me see. Was my man Fabian Marciulo, who used to be Wayne's engineer, and after I posted up that he was Wayne's engineer, he actually reached out to me. We talked a bit, and he says, "Ak, I am not Wayne's engineer. I am Wayne's manager." So this is Lil Wayne's manager who expressed some disappointment that Wayne did not get the headlining gig at Super Bowl 2025. This is what he posted to his story. He says, confused, disappointed, angry, most of all, inspired. Will never again be in a position or have the GOAT in a position where we are at the mercy of someone else's decision. We will make the decision. Okay? And, you know, I'm trying to do my best in trying to figure out the process of how these artists kind of either pitch themselves, or what's the process of, you know, the selection process for this. Because, like, if we're comparing it to the Olympics, when the Olympics is going to pick a place to go, kind of just like the Super Bowl, oh, are we going to go to New York versus, you know, Dallas? Like, these cities kind of make a pitch to the NFL. Or for the Olympics, like Tokyo would make a pitch to the Olympics saying, hey, we're going to develop A, B, C, D, and E to, you know, blah, blah. And obviously bringing an event like the Olympics to a city is going to greatly, like, change, you know, the fortunes and the economy of that place. But same with the Super Bowl. So if they do that for the places where that's going, what the Super Bowl does for an artist is also just out of this world. I could imagine that the artists themselves probably have to pitch themselves, or maybe not the artists themselves, but maybe the management, maybe the agency that reps the artist, they got to pitch the artist to the NFL or to the committee, which I think then we get to the point of NFL Jay-Z Super Bowl halftime show. Okay. Now, in 2020, one thing I got to say about Jay, man. Hold on. What the fuck? One thing we got to say about Jay, when Jay rapped, I'm not a businessman, I'm a business man. He was definitely right. I think if I remember the story correctly, Jay-Z essentially crossed the picket line or whatever. He basically, when Colin Kaepernick was, you know, here we go. When Colin Kaepernick was like, yo, we're not fucking with the NFL. They're racist because they won't let me play. Fuck the NFL. Let's kneel, right? Jay-Z came in and said, enough of that kneeling bullshit. I'm fucking with the NFL, and I just did a deal with them. We past kneeling now, nigga, okay? That was, like, super interesting. Matter of fact, let me see. Jay-Z, Colin Kaepernick. Here we go. I don't know if y'all remember this. Where is it at? It was a whole drama because Colin Kaepernick felt like he got, oh, here we go.
The entertainment mogul, Jay-Z carries assets including cash investments and stake in companies like Just Being Broke is Childish and I'm Quite Grown. Jay-Z is known to shape his personal brand around lucrative business deals that look commonplace to the average man, but are carefully calculated and designed to promote him to the mass audience, filling his pockets and furthering his position as the 1% of the 1%. As one of only 13 black billionaires, Jay-Z is complicit in a capitalist society that relies on most people being impoverished while a select few are wealthy. Under capitalism, black people are systematically marginalized and exploited.
Let's not get too much into that. Let's just get to how he snaked that nigga, man.
Us to wonder how Jay-Z says, but also...
Hey, I got to be honest with you. Jay-Z my favorite snake in the game. I ain't going to hold you. He like, I don't think he's like a cobra. He's like one of them big-headed rattlesnakes. Like Snake Dame. Got him out of there. Who else he snake? Snake Ye a couple of times, got him out of there. Feel me? Like, Jay's a nigga, when it come down to the money or a friendship, trust me, the money's always in the pocket. I kind of fuck with him for it because he's always kind of exhibited and told us that he's a capitalist. Like, yo, I'm for the money. You know what I mean?
So destroys. During the initial stages of the Black Lives Matter organization, some rappers were criticized for not using their platform to cause awareness. Once a hashtag and now a political movement, Black Lives Matter was fueled by the fatal shooting of an unarmed 17-year-old Trayvon Martin in 2013. Although later he would go on to donate $1.5 million to the Trayvon Martin Foundation and other charities, at that time Jay-Z was among those who were silent. It was also revealed by filmmaker Dream Hampton, who co-wrote Jay's memoir, Decoded, that the Carters gave tens of thousands of dollars to free protesters who could not pay their bail following anti-police brutality demonstrations fueled by the 2014 fatal shooting of Mike Brown by the police in Ferguson. In since deleted tweets, Hampton claimed the couple insisted their donations be kept quiet. But as Black Lives Matter's game...
Okay, I don't want to bore you out to death. Here's the point, man. Jay-Z, we've always seen, number one of the greatest rappers of all time, hip-hop, Jay-Z's cashed out on cultural currency a shit ton of times for the dollar and to put himself in position. Whether it's to squeeze and weasel his way to get a part ownership of the Nets. By the way, we're going to have to also get into Jay being a petty nigga. And when we talk about game twos, I think that's why Drake be talking that game. I think Drake be trying to do what Jay-Z did. Jay-Z got his ass whipped by Nas and then signs Nas. That was the game two right there for Jay. You get what I'm saying? Jay always gets the last laugh with everybody he gets into it with. And by the way, I think this is also him getting back at Wayne. Remember him and Wayne got into it a couple years back. This was, for me, this was a two birds, one stone situation for Jay-Z. Drake, he been trying to get at. He gets to get Drake and his boss, or, former boss, Wayne, two birds, one fucking stone. And he repaid it in blood. Did it with Kendrick Lamar. Did it in Lil Wayne's hometown. If you don't know why this whole Lil Wayne angle is there, this year the Super Bowl's in New Orleans. Next 2 years it's on the West Coast. You get what I'm saying? So that's one of the things. Now, if we go back to this whole thing with Jay-Z doing this deal, essentially, Colin Kaepernick felt like the NFL and other institutions, were not speaking up enough, and also he wanted to use his platform, which even though he was a quarterback, he wanted to use his platform to show solidarity with the Black Lives Matter movement. He started kneeling. Essentially, he convinced a bunch of other players to kneel. What happened in the NFL is that it caused advertisers who basically were caught. Sports is supposed to be non-political. They always say this thing about Michael Jordan. And Michael Jordan has a lot of similarities like Jay-Z. Like, their moral is the Benjamin Franklin more than anything else. Historically and most famously, people know Michael Jordan for allegedly saying, yo, Democrats and Republicans buy sneakers too. So he wouldn't endorse a candidate. Like, why endorse a candidate when you endorse one, the people who support the other might not buy your sneakers? And he was selling sneakers, right? Jay-Z came in and this is what was happening to the NFL. So the players and the recognizable players, the stars, start to kneel. It became an eyesore for some of the people who, again, the majority of the people who are spending billions of dollars enriching these NFL owners and paying for these contracts of these players, they're white. They didn't give a fuck about on a Sunday when they bust open a Budweiser or a motherfucking Happy Dad. They didn't want to see a bunch of Negroes making political statements, talking about we gonna be all right, fist in the air, kneel on the ground. They was like, we don't want to see this bullshit, bro. Shut the fuck up, put your helmet on, nigga, go get some CTE, throw the ball, run the ball, catch the ball, kick the ball. Shut the fuck up. So essentially, the audience, especially the non-black audience, and here's like an interesting thing, is that while black people control so much of the popular sports in America, the consumers who pay for these sports are usually 60 to 70% not looking like the players. like basketball, they say that the fans who spend the most is usually the phenotype of the fan who spends the most for every NBA team is a 44-year-old white male. So think about it. They're trying to attract more 44-year-old white men in the NBA, right? Same with the NFL. Yo, the people who spending the most look like this. Now, when those people who look like that go watch the game, they don't want to see a nigga with an afro thinking he Don King on his fucking knee. So they try to get the players to cut the kneeling. The players was like, we ain't finna cut the kneeling. Now, what later happened is that the advertisers who, by the way, all of these leagues and, you know, especially these TV contracts, they're all like supported by what deals you have with Pepsi, you have with Coca-Cola, Sprite, Papa John's. Some of these companies says, yo, I'm going to be honest with you, because here, a lot of these other companies also have political ties. They're in lobbyist groups going for this, that, and third. So now they're like, yo, we're not going to be spending advertising dollars on what should be a sporting event that is non-political, that is nonpartisan, if y'all athletes keep making political statements. So you had companies threaten to stop spending money with the NFL. The NFL is panicking. They need to figure out a way to solve this. Colin Kaepernick got the line drawn in the sand. Like he's on his, he think he on his Malcolm X type of wave. Now, while being very desperate for a solution, Roger Goodell finds Jay-Z, who basically comes in with the big lips, shucking and jiving, and basically saying, yo, fuck Colin Kaepernick. I'm way more popular with the Negroes. I'll tell him to stop that bullshit. All you got to do is give me a big-ass position in the NFL. Now, this is why Jay-Z is accused of always being a capitalist over someone who cares about his community and who cares about his people, because should I remind y'all that before this happened, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Rock Nation has a sports team. He owns Rock Nation. And he was trying to be an agent. Rock Nation Sports Agency, NFL. Let's look at some articles. It would have to be from, like, basically the NFL was giving him a hard time about him trying to be like an agency, because also they also manage people. I probably can't find an article, but you just got to trust me on this one. Well, let me see if I can find. I like having sources. NFL agency NFL Jay-Z 2018, probably like 2018 or something. Here we go. Okay, cool. I think this is, look. Okay. Here we go. I gotta go to Rock Nation. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I probably got to go before that. Okay. You got to take let me see if I can find it. They were getting a lot of pushback on them being pretty much an agent to certain players. Again, Jay-Z is trying to develop Rock Nation, which has by the way, The same thing Rock Nation tried to do to the NFL is the same thing they tried to do in music. They try to break in the industry, and then when the industry that's already established says, no, y'all are doing it wrong, and y'all are doing things that are fucking shit up, Jay-Z finds a way to make a bigger deal that ingratiates his company, Rock Nation, with the company that was giving him problems in the get-go, and he snakes another nigga in the middle of it. That's kind of really what it's always been. Same thing with music. The reason why Bobby Shmurda's career is where it's at, when Bobby was on Epic, Epic ain't do shit for him, so I ain't gonna pick up for Epic. But right when Bobby gets out and he's supposed to be on fire, remember Bobby gets out and he has a Rock Nation hat on and he's up there at Rock Nation? Epic looks at it and says, "Oh, you're about to go sign at Rock Nation." They stopped giving a fuck about Bobby. Rock Nation wasn't successful to get Bobby off of Epic, so Bobby's career just stalls out, and then they drop Bobby. Nobody signs Bobby since. Why Rock Nation didn't pick Bobby up now? You know why? They look at him like, "Oh, you cold now? I'm good." They wanted Bobby right as he got out of prison, because he was hot. Epic realized that and said, "Wait, y'all trying to snake us out of our own artists? You crazy as hell." They stopped spending money and said, "All right." Bobby gets cold, Rock Nation never spins back for Bobby. That's a fact. They tried to do it to Meg Thee Stallion with 1501. You see, in music, they started doing they've always wanted to be a label, right? But then they started the management arm because most of the talent, they never developed talent. They always wanted talent in fucked up situations. They tried to do it with Uzi. They tried to steal Uzi, Meg Thee Stallion, Bobby Shmurda. That's Rock Nation's like mantra. Like they're artist thieves. They've never found an artist. They don't find shit. Maybe J. Cole back in the day, but it was J. Cole even on Rock? Whatever. Anyway, they don't find artists. They steal artists. You get what I'm saying? It's the same thing. That same type of sleazy behavior they tried to do in the sports world. But in the sports world, there's mad rules. You can't do nothing. And you need licenses. So they got fucked up, and they could really do the Rock Nation sports how they needed to do it. So then they waited to the right moment when Roger Goodell needs a bailout. Jay-Z runs back in, makes a partnership, and snakes that motherfucker Colin Kaepernick. And by the way, we can't feel bad for Colin Kaepernick because that nigga, we realized he couldn't say a sentence in English language without reading from a paper. All this nigga was good at doing was picking his hair, wearing Beats headphone, and being on one knee doing this. Worst leader in the history of leaders ever. Like, the nigga couldn't even say a speech to galvanize the troops, okay? You have all black people watching you every week. Get on your knee and do this. Nigga, can't you speak for 5 minutes to get us excited? Like, bro, you were in an NFL locker room. You galvanize the 52 niggas that's running out there with you. You can't say one thing to make black people be like, nah, we're behind him. Either Colin or nobody. Nigga, he couldn't talk to people to save his life, nigga. Jay-Z came in, started licking them big fat lips. Stop like, like, doing all that dumb shit. And as soon as he did that, take that, yo, shit was over, man. Shit was over, bro. Shit was over, my nigga. Shit was over. Let's go back again to Jay-Z snaking a couple niggas. Jay-Z did the same thing with Tidal. Jay-Z had a whole B-side concert where he shamed artists for not signing. By the way, that's where his and Drake beef starts. Drake was supposed to be one of the artists that was fucking with Tidal. Drake says no, goes get 40 million from Apple, because Apple say, yo, Drake, come get this 40 M's. Jay-Z says, yo, come get this 1%. I think it was like 1.2% that he gave every artist. Rihanna, Beyonce, Kanye. Drake was supposed to be there. Drake looks at that. Drake is Jewish, my nigga. Come on, that yarmulke working right. He said, Apple, what's popping, nigga? What's popping? Jay-Z hates that nigga now. You feel what I'm saying? Jay-Z hate the fuck out of that nigga. That's what happened. From then on, Jay-Z said, I'm gonna snake that bitch ass nigga. I'm gonna snake that nigga right there. It's like that moment in Belly. You ever seen that moment in Belly? I'm gonna drop a dime on that nigga right there. Yeah, that's what Jay-Z said then. Belly, drop a dime. Facts. Nigga, I'm telling y'all factual stories. Look.
Meanwhile, Trouble was right there on that corner.
Yeah.
Staring right at us.
Yeah, they rolling hard.
That's Jay-Z right here, the big lips.
Playing real good, real good.
I don't like that shit. That's Jay-Z when he seen Drake go with Apple Music.
Might have to drop a dime on them niggas.
I have to drop a dime on that nigga. You feel me? Now, by the way, when Drake went with Apple Music, shout to Larry Jackson, because Larry Jackson plays a part in all this. Drake goes over there, gets a radio show, and he starts to do exclusivity shit. Yo, my album coming out a week only on Apple. He took the bread. That's what it was. Jay's tight. Remember they had the whole Avengers meeting? Y'all remember this? Tidal artists table. They're around like some like fucking round table. This bullshit right here.
I just the course.
Look,
Every great.
they got these motherfuckers looking like space aliens in this bitch. Two niggas. Look.
Music.
Let me tell you this, man. This is when I realized that boy really a hustler. Yo, Jay got a line. He said, I could sell water to a whale, nigga. And I believe that nigga Jay-Z because he's a fucking capitalist. He's an amazing businessman. It's a reason why, remember Kanye for like 2 seconds like, I'm richer than you? Nah, Jay the richest nigga, clearly. Jay is slick. Jay conned all of these niggas in this room. Jay is good.
The foundation, I think, is one of the
Look,
things that
Usher here, you know what I mean? The herpes burning through his pants.
sets us aside from someone that's a tech company.
Yeah, Kanye over here thinking about, like right now, he like planning the motherfucking lambskin condom he gonna put his second wife in. He was with Kim back then.
They're selling advertisement or selling hardware. Right now, they're writing a story for us. We need to write.
Even Beyonce looking at him like, nigga, you know I went through your phone and seen that Becky bitch, right? I'm gonna fuck you up, nigga.
The story for ourselves.
This is how I know Jay a cheater. Like, this nigga gaslight a whole room of smart artists. You imagine what he doing to his wife. Come on, bro.
Fans can see that it's
Yeah, everybody was yeah, okay, we're down with it. Drake ain't here, nigga. Drake was thumbing through 40 million. Drake was trying to buy the jumbo jet or at least buy the gas for it. You know what I mean? I know you ain't buy the jet. So that's really what it is. You feel what I'm saying? Let me tell you how Jay slimed him out. Because Jay, there's actually another press conference too, right here. This one, right here. You see J. Cole, he just be anywhere. Like, you get this nigga a free bicycle and a helmet, nigga, he'll be there, nigga. That's all. This nigga don't want nothing. You feel me? You get Deadmau5. Yeah, these niggas right here, aliens, whoever the fuck they are. Yeah. Now, is that Alicia Keys? Now, let me tell you this. This was when he had all of them signing their ownership stake. Not one of them owned more than 1%. Slimed them out again, man. Jay-Z owned the majority stock, but act like, yo, we all own this shit. Everybody was signing on for 1%. Okay? Now, here's the thing. This is some real shit. Jay pulled the classic scammer move. I got to equate it to some newer shit. Jay did what these niggas do when they be like, yo, Dogecoin to the moon. He's like, yo, let's buy and hold. You feel me? Jay-Z told everybody this streaming platform is for the artist, by the artist. Basically said that this was going to be a artist-built platform. Do y'all know as soon as that shit got worth 5 times what he bought it for, that nigga sold it to a white man and got the fuck out of there. Deuces. Again, yo, tell everybody to get on board because this is for artists. We won't sell to the white man, the man, fuck the man. Yeah, all right. Classic Jay-Z snake. Jay-Z sold the shit. Jay-Z sells title. Look, now, here's the thing. Jay-Z, shout out to Cameron, them open-toe chancletas with jeans on, You can't even clown Jay for that no more, because he's met mad business partners because of it. If you ever seen, I can't put up the paparazzi pictures because they're gonna try to sue me. Every time you see Jay-Z with chancletas with jeans on, that nigga's in the Hamptons, and he's always walking somewhere with some ugly-looking bodyguard behind him, and he's always walking with a white man, and the white man you're gonna notice is a nigga named Jack Dorsey. So he formulated a friendship with Jack Dorsey, who owned Square. Square owns Cash App, okay? Square owns Cash App, okay? Jack Dorsey was the CEO and I believe one of the co-founders of Twitter, okay? Jay-Z becomes friends with him, and Jay-Z convinces him to buy out Tidal. So basically, Square buys out Tidal. Jay becomes a board member on Square's board of directors, and Tidal is no longer black owned. It's owned by the man. Remember, it was for the artist, by the artist. Snaked him. Now it's owned by the man. Okay. Typical. That's why I be trying to tell y'all. Michael Rubin only hugging and belly rubbing Lil Baby and Meek Mill. When he around a true snake like Jay, all you see is respect, because they talk the same type of slithering language. You feel me? You can't play with Jay-Z. Jay-Z the same type of snake you are. You just look like a colonizer. You never see no weird shit with Jay-Z and these niggas. You feel what I'm saying? Because Jay-Z's just like them. You get what I'm saying? Anyway, Jay-Z convinces the whole culture. He did a whole rap. I ain't gonna lie to you. I just posted my Instagram. He did a B-side concert. I ain't gonna lie. The nigga had me sold, nigga. Nigga, I think I download Tidal for a good 6 months after this. Jay-Z B-side concert freestyle. He did a freestyle saying, if you black, why are you over here supporting Spotify and Apple Music when you should support a black-owned business? Tidal. Then the nigga sold it to the white man. I ain't gonna lie, Jay-Z, you good, brother. I love Jay-Z, man. Yo, Jay-Z is the best at finessing dumb niggas.
Don't ever go with the flow. Be the flow. And I don't need no middleman to talk to my niggas. I understand if you don't understand, I figure I'm Jigger. That's where we differ. I take what's mine, you accept what they give you, I get you.
Oh, we ain't even get to Duce yet. He said, why y'all niggas drinking Hennessy? Fuck Hennessy, get Duce. Nigga sold that shit to Bacardi, man. Yo, Jay-Z will convince you that y'all need to support black product to get him to the valuation that he could sell that shit to the white man. I ain't gonna lie, Jay's good, bro. Jay's good. That's like me saying, yo, I'm selling crowns. These are black-owned crowns. Y'all gotta support this instead of buying the white-owned crowns. Y'all all be like, yeah, that's kind of true. If we're gonna buy crowns, let's buy the black-owned crown that's owned by AK. I wait till all y'all motherfuckers buy it, and then I sell the whole product to the white man for a bigger price, and then I'll be like, all right, next thing. Nah, Jay's good, man. W capitalist, right?
I don't take no checks, I take my respect.
Cap.
Pharrell even told me go with the safest bet. Jimmy Iovine offered a safety net. Google dangle round a crazy check. I feel like you two was the biggest culprit. The niggas pay you a tenth of what you're supposed to get. You know niggas die for equal pay, right? You know when I work, I ain't your slave, right?
The nigga who had me signing. Yo, when I was watching this freestyle, nigga, I felt like it was a Martin Luther King speech in freestyle format, nigga. Tears are flowing down my eyes. I'm on Tidal.com signing up. I'm reading out my credit card. I gotta support black business. They're treating them like the new slave. Snaked them. Go ahead, Jay. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't even mad at you, nigga.
You know I ain't shucking and jiving and high-fiving. You know this ain't back in the days, right? Well, I can't tell how the way they killed Freddie Gray, right? Shot down my...
The nigga was trying to convince us to download Tidal and brought up the fact that they killed Freddie Gray. They killed Mike Brown. And I'm like, yo, they did. They did. I gotta support Tidal. Yo, I'm downloading Tidal. Yo, this is black owned. Nigga, you know what's so crazy? Jay-Z at the title office. Y'all ever seen this? Look at this, people. Y'all gotta look at this. Look at this. Black owned, people. Oh my sweet Jesus. Oh my God. The whole time this nigga is saying that if you don't like them killing black people, the nigga went to the headquarters, took a picture. You got Beyonce throwing up Illuminati signals, symbol over here. You see Hove in here and not one black face to be seen. Jay, you are good. I ain't gonna lie, man. Somebody do a 23andMe on Jay-Z. That nigga is Nigerian. That nigga's on some hush puppy shit. I ain't gonna hold you. That's my boy. Nah, Jay-Z, Jay-Z. If Jay-Z was a broke nigga, he would have been the biggest PPP scammer. That's a fact. This nigga did a whole freestyle saying, the man who's killing us. Support title. The nigga took a picture of title headquarters, not one black person in sight. I couldn't believe this.
Mike Brown, how they did Trey, right? Let him continue choking niggas. We gonna turn style. I ain't your token nigga.
Yeah, he was pulling on my heartstrings. Pause. It's like, yes. Stand up to them, black man. Yes.
You know I came in this game independent, right? Title, my own label, same difference. Oh, niggas is skeptical when it's their own shit. You bought 9 iPhones and Steve Jobs was rich.
That's when we should have realized, man. He basically just saying, if y'all made Steve Jobs rich, why can't y'all make me like that? What's up?
Phil Knight's worth trillions. You still bought those kicks. Spotify's $9 billion. They ain't say shit.
Now, I know some people gonna be like, yo, Act, so what's the problem with him saying some of this stuff? Ain't no fucking problem. I just always thought it was snakish when he uses, if I tell you to buy a product because all the proceeds is going to stop police brutality, right? And now you're like, oh shit, I gotta buy this to stop police brutality. And really, I was just capping. I was just trying to get you to buy this shit to get the sales up to sell it to the white man. Bro, you're just finessing, bro. Like you're like, this is capitalism. There's nothing wrong with trying to get more sales or more subscribers for your product, but don't use the fact that black people are dying and don't try to use like cultural type of talking points. That's what I was saying. But in finesser land, I mean, he's a good finesser, and I got to give him his credit. You feel me? He got my ass. Pause.
Lucy, you got some explaining to do. The only one they hating on look the same as you. That's cool. I know they trying to bamboozle you. Spending millions on me, they trying to confuse you. I had to talk to myself. Hope you used to. It's politics as usual. You know how we do.
There we go. There we go, man. There we go. We could go down the Duce line where he was like, yo, all y'all niggas who like Hennessy, you know I love Hennessy. It's like, why y'all drinking Hennessy? Hennessy don't fuck with the culture like that. Drink Duce. I own it. Nigga, I started buying Duce. All of a sudden, I look up, Jay-Z sells Duce to Bacardi. Jay-Z sells his controlling stake to Duce to Bacardi. I'm like, damn, this fucker did it again. This fucker did it again. By the way, again, great business plays. And even though he's finessing, I can't even be mad at him, bro. I can't be mad at him. Anyway, let's get back to this. We're back to this NFL deal. Here we go.
Gained worldwide recognition, Jay-Z became more publicly connected to the cause. With the release of his song Spiritual, after the deaths of Alton Sterling and Philando Castile at the hands of the police, the mogul made a public stance on police brutality. He released a statement with the song stating, "I made this song a while ago. I never got to finish it." Punch TDE told me I should drop it when Mike Brown died. Sadly, I told him this issue will always be relevant. I'm hurt that I knew his death wouldn't be the last. I'm saddened and disappointed in this America. We should be further along. We are not. I trust God and know that everything that happens is for our greatest good. But man, it's tough right now. Blessings to all the families that have lost loved ones to police brutality. 2016 was also the year that former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick infamously kneeled for the first time during the national anthem at a game in San Diego. Also inspired by the work of the Black Lives Matter organizers, Kaepernick chose to kneel in protest of racial inequality and police brutality that continue to plague our nation. Although he was met with criticism by those who felt it was disrespectful to our nation, to the flag, and our troops, he maintained that kneeling was a respectful gesture of protest. He said, "I'm not protesting the anthem or the nation. I'm protesting organized brutality. To me, this is much bigger than football, and it would be selfish to look the other way. There are bodies in the street and people getting paid to leave and getting away with murder." He also stated, "I am not going to get up to show pride in a country that oppresses black people and people of color." Colin garnered the support of other football players, fans, and entertainers across the nation, including Jay-Z. Even after no other NFL teams would sign him, once he left the 49ers and became a free agent, presumably because of his actions of taking a knee. Yet Jay-Z sported a custom Colin Kaepernick jersey during the 2017 Saturday Night Live.
Snaked him, wore his jersey, then kicked his back in. That's a Brooklyn nigga for you.
Appearance. That same year, he dedicated a New York performance of his song, The Story of O.J., to Kaepernick. And during the 2018 CNN interview, he called Kaepernick an iconic figure, adding that players focus on civil rights issues, compared him to the likes of civil rights icon, famed boxer Muhammad Ali. Those are huge compliments coming from the biggest rapper in the world and fellow activist, which made Jay-Z's next move all the more iconic. In 2019, Jay-Z's Rock Nation partnered with the National Football League to enhance the league's live game experiences and, more importantly, to amplify the league's social injustice efforts.
Okay. Let me let y'all see that little announcement. Jay-Z, Roger Goodell. This is when they announced the partnership. Listen to this fuckery.
Interesting sighting here. Jay-Z and Roger Goodell together in New York announcing a new partnership between the NFL and Jay-Z's.
Yo, Colin Kaepernick was still on one knee, nigga, with his eyes closed, and somebody tapped him on the shoulder to be like, "Nigga, look at the news." Jay said, "Fuck that, we tired of kneeling." He said, "What? Ain't no way, nah. That's CGI, like that nigga's wore my jersey on." No. Jay-Z over there chilling with your op.
Rock Nation. It's an entertainment company that the league has tapped to be their official live music entertainment strategist, which means we'll see their fingerprint on big events like the Super Bowl, but also on the league's Inspire Change initiative, which was...
This one I knew Jay-Z good. Jay-Z got a line that says, "I'm going to show you how to move in a room full of vultures." When I see how Jay-Z know how to talk in a room full of these little, you know what I mean, these Caucasoids, I'm like, yes, Jay's that guy. This is why Michael Rubin can't do no gay shit with him. Michael Rubin can't tap his balls, can't grab his ass cheek, none of that shit. Could do it to Meek and shit like that, but you can't do it to Jay. Jay know how to move in a room full of vultures.
Was a key component to the deal for both sides.
We always think we should partner with the best. That's why we're sitting here. We're partnering with the best. And so his perspective is going to drive us. I'm not going to sit here and talk to him about entertainers. He knows that business. What we have to do is figure out how do we support that and how do we make sure that we bring that to another level.
The NFL platform for us, what was exciting for us, Inspire Change was already happening, and the NFL has a huge platform. And we can use that huge platform we've seen it happen. Like when J.J. Watts, came the aid to everybody in Houston, the whole world forgot about all the turmoil they had with the NFL. That's a great thing. That's a fantastic thing. And if you can use that platform to do that in different areas, then it's a home run. That's the success. I think someone asked me what I would view success. That's the success.
Nah, Jay's a great speaker too. He's entertaining the whole room. He's talking that good shit. My boy Jigga, man. Yo, Dame, I'm gonna keep it a bean with you. Jay knew he no longer needed you because when he knew that your biggest skill, or not, let me not say it because I might be just, downplaying Dame. But Dame was someone who's a talker. Jay was supposedly the rapper, and he was supposedly a little bit shy at first, especially in business situations. But once Jay became the person who could hold down that but hold down those meetings with those white people who was talking about whatever, he ain't need that nigga Dame Dash no more. Dame Dash was doing too much, hula hooping and back flipping. And once Jay could do this, he had no room for a nigga who was like saying pause after every 3 seconds.
Me, I don't think either one of us expected that this relationship wouldn't have its critics. I think we're both I'm more used to critics than he is.
This is the moment he knew. I'm snaking a couple niggas, huh?
Might be 50-50 here.
but we knew that. But you don't want the.
Anyway, the noteworthy part about this was when he said, "We're beyond kneeling." Okay.
Kneeling, what you saying?
I guess. So it was a Q&A, and they said, "Would you kneel or would you stand?" They're basically asking him, "Bro, you doing this deal, but what do you think about Colin Kaepernick? He's kneeling. Would you kneel or would you stand?" You know what I mean? Keep in mind, he can't say he would kneel because the reason why Roger Goodell got him is to get these fucking players off their fucking knees. Watch what he says.
Okay, I think we passed kneeling. Yeah, I think it's time to
snaked him, bro. I ain't even gonna lie. I've studied all these snake tactics by Jay-Z. I don't think I could snake a friend, but I might have to snake a nigga I don't really know like that. Because Jay he's gotten so many billions by snaking niggas, you might have to snake a nigga in the future. I couldn't do it to a friend, though. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it to a friend. But a stranger, I ain't gonna lie. You might have to snake a stranger in the future. I learned that from Jigga. I'm gonna tell you that now. If y'all be like, I'll never snake a friend. But if it's some stranger, I learned that from Jigga. What the fuck? He told me this shit.
Past kneeling.
Only way you become a billionaire, you gotta snake at least 5 niggas. Facts.
Yeah, I think it's time to go into actionable items. I think everyone knows.
Yo, this one I knew that Jay-Z, bro, he either took the Illuminati oath or he became one with the whites. Nigga, if anybody got a corporate job? Anybody got a corporate job? Keep in mind, Jay-Z was a nigga who told about losing 92 bricks. This nigga was a drug dealer. If you ever been in a lot of these, like, some of these corporate jobs, all they do is meet. Like, it's like 55 meetings. It's like, when do y'all work? It's all meetings. And they be like, let's table that for next meeting. Jay-Z used one of the words that you hear in every corporate job when you keep doing meetings. Actionable items. Bruh, ain't no street nigga who's selling crack cocaine ever said to their fiend or said to the nigga they're reading up from, instead of talking about that, let's talk about the actionable items. That's when I really realized. I said, Jay, that nigga, man.
Yeah, I think it's time to go into actionable items. I think everyone.
Fuck. Nigga's good, man.
One knows what the issue is. And we're done with that. Everyone knows what you know what the issue is? You know why we were kneeling? Okay. Do you know the issue? Yeah. Do you know the issue? Yes? We all know the issue now. Okay, next. Where are we moving on next? And I'm not, again, so to be clear for the room, I'm not minimizing that part of it because that has to happen. That's a necessary part of the process. But now we all know what's going on. What are we going to do?
Okay, so I really show y'all this to show you how Jay-Z snaked Colin Kaepernick to get in the position that he could pick whoever the NFL Super Bowl, and that's one of his biggest jobs. or like his team's biggest jobs with the NFL, according to partnership. By the way, we don't know how much money he got, but supposedly and allegedly, it was rumored that Jay-Z wanted to eventually down the line own an NFL team, and by him having this partnership that was helping the NFL so much, the little trinket was you control the minstrel show, which is the NFL halftime show, the Super Bowl show. You get some Negroes to just dance on stage. We'll let you pick the Negroes you want. However, that's not what Jay-Z, that's not the ultimate goal for him. They say the ultimate goal for Jay-Z is to own an NFL team. Now, keep in mind, the NFL out of all sports, I mean, you could probably say baseball to a certain extent, especially when you think about the Yankees maybe, but the NFL specifically has the biggest history of their owners being older white men that people would assume are rooted in fucking racism. You get what I'm saying? So for Jay-Z to break into that country club, it would take a lot, and it was like a promissory note. Hey, until a team clears up, or, because, if anybody sells a team, there's going to be a list of people trying to buy. There's going to be groups, this and third. The NFL got to pick which group. Supposedly, the promissory note is, yo, Jay, we'll bump you to the top of that list with whoever you're going to buy it with, buy an NFL team with, if you keep the Negro population off our ass, because right now they're fucking up the money. And Jay said, oh, I'll do that. But remember, the first team that pops up, I want to buy that bitch. That was supposedly again, that was never announced, but also we never knew what money was involved in this for Jay. Okay? Anyway, the Colin Kaepernick speaks on Jay's. You see, Colin Kaepernick, the nigga just act like he couldn't talk. Like, he just never opened his fucking mouth. That was his biggest problem. So Jay-Z snaked him, and like, nigga, he was talking in sign language or some shit. Like that's the thing.
You go down with the Muhammad Ali's or whatever.
Oh yeah, we can't even find Colin Kaepernick's like response. We can't.